Glad to have you with us. And one of America's, they sure hope that dynamic connection that was on display last week rears its head and wreaks havoc again today, Jesse.
And last week, it didn't matter what the secondary was doing from a coverage standpoint, David, whether it was man, zone, double covered, ISO'd. These two were simply unstoppable.
Makes the grab in their space. Got to be smart, patient, great vision, uses all of that to get to the 29. And the Owls with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give is to Smith. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35. This time he wants to throw. Grabbed over the middle. It's Clark. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. Going to the ground. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. Come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and short. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Temple lining up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. They'll field this one in tight quarters. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. So the Oregon State Beavers offense will now get its first chance with the football. And here's the big fella, senior tight end. They'll try to feed him today. This guy's just what you're looking for. Reliable, gutty, doesn't need the spotlight, but they will need production from him in this one. Off play action on first down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. Running inside, it's Hatcher. Defense there to stop him after a 4-yard gain, and it was a good move that got him that much. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Back to pass, it's Murphy. Might be looking to run. He'll pull it down. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. The Beavers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for space, it's Hatcher. Pickup of 5, it's now 2nd and 5.
Man, it's easy to call plays when you're getting 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground. Like, why would I get complicated? Why would I get complex? Like, up front right now, this group just win, fall forward, get that good gain, stay ahead of the sticks, don't have to get in bad situations. This defense better respond, or else I'll do that all the way down the field.
Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. The Beavers go back to work after moving the chains through the air. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Quickly to the tight end. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup. And the Beavers come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Firing to the right, complete. Fighting off the defender. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. The Beavers, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. No room to run, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and goal. And this will be the 9th play of the drive. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. The run up the middle, trying to power to the goal line. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. They relentlessly moved forward. Now it's getting down to cases. 3rd and goal. To the air, it's Murphy. Pressure coming. And down he goes.
And that is how you get it done. 3rd down, it's the money down, right? We got to be at our best. How about the monster sack on 3rd down?
Smashes it between the uprights. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Man, these late-night crowds are so much fun. They're so into it, so much energy in this building. And the visiting team drives down the field. Tell you what, drive stalls out a little bit, but they quieted this place a little bit by getting 3 and starting this game off on the right foot.
First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Quickly complete. Just a quick rhythm throw there and really good use of the tight end.
Yeah, good use of the big fella. I mean, go through your progressions real quick. You can't find anything, get the easy gain. Don't take a shot down the field all the time. Take those shots later, but take those easy, wide-open opportunities to get some positive chunks.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Smith takes the handoff, runs through a tackle. And he's to the 48-yard line. That'll be good enough for a first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Running back searching for a hole. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. The Owls pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Looking to throw on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Got a man in the middle. Defense knocks him down immediately after the catch, but now they're facing a goal-to-go situation from the 7. Temple will line up with a 1st and goal. The snap sets up to throw. Touchdown, Owls! The offense puts up 6 with that trip to the end zone. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Dropping back, it's Murphy. Fires downfield. It's complete. And a good pickup there. They'll move the sticks for a first down. Let's see if they try to get another snap before the quarter expires. We've come to the end of the period, and Temple is holding the lead. Let's take a peek at the numbers so far. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Hatcher. It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover. Looking to throw on first down. Looking for a deep man. Picked off. That's number 15 on the year. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. They're backed up just a little, 1st and 10 from their own 19. They want to throw it. A strike downfield. Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. To the air, it's Murphy. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. They'll run it. It's Hatcher. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll go right back to the run. Just couldn't get away from the tackle.
And so far early in this game, and you got to be impressed with this defense and the physicality and then stopping the run. You could tell it's a priority for this defense. They're up there. They're close to the line of scrimmage. The ground game right now not going, and the defense is dialed in on it.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. The Beavers will go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down?
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on down.
Going deep. Upstairs to make the catch. And the defense was on its heels after that long completion. How about that last big play? You're backed up, and now you've got it 1st and 10 from the 46. The run inside. It's Smith. Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
And a great job by the offensive line. You're going to run the ball right at the middle. You better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make the big game.
And the Owls in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give is to Smith. Just making a play, getting it to the 23-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Wow. 4 This drive by the offense, they already got 3 first downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Give to the running back. Makes him talk to the hand. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers.
Makes the grab and room to run. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Quarterback just has to be more aware of the situation. First down, goal-to-go situation. You cannot take a sack. So the QB, if no one's open, you got to make sure you're throwing that ball out of the end zone and helping your offense out.
He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. They worked it down to the 4-yard line, but now it's 3rd and goal. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. What will the offense dial up on 3rd and goal? Right back to it. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. The Beavers using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Slams ahead. And he surges across the line. Touchdown, Temple!
And how about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
And the extra point splits the uprights. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. And the returner is stopped. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Quarterback running on the draw. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit. Now facing a 3rd and long. Sends it back in motion. Back to pass. It's Murphy. Fires to the wideout. He makes a catch.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
Fires it beautifully in on the crosser. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Wants to throw on first down. Not quite in rhythm there, incomplete.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this...
Makes the grab inside the 30. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. After the 5-yard step off, 1st and 15 for this offense. He wants to throw it. He's got him. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. Timeout is called, and that would be the 2nd charge to Oregon State. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fires to the end zone. And he can't find his man as he was trying to pay off this red zone opportunity.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Oh, he makes a catch. He goes down. He needed to get forward to pick up that first down, and now they've got a decision to make on 4th. Oregon State will use its final timeout here. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They're not thinking 3. They want the touchdown, and here they come going for it on 4th and short. Going for the marker on the ground. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. 1 snap coming before they head to the locker room. Trying to set up the screen. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, down the stretch we come on what's been a thrilling college football season. Week 11 filled with storylines. We start with Colorado taking on the number 3 team, the TCU Horned Frogs.
Temple will try to boot this one deep to get the second half underway.
Just don't hold the right team.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. Oregon State has it back, and here comes the Beaver offense. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Grabbed behind the line. It's Nolan. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. They'll try it on the ground, running the counter. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off play action. Fires deep on the run. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
You cannot get any more wide open than that. He had his receiver open, throws the ball. You think, we're walking in for 6, and he drops it right in his hands. Yeah, those are killers. So hard to make big plays. Man, you can't give those up.
Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Throws to the tight end. Intercepted for the 11th time. He'll be stopped short of the 40, right at the 41, and this interception has given them a great opportunity.
Hey, listen, it's not just the offense that makes adjustments at halftime. The defense does too, and that time maybe showing a little bit of a different look than what they did in the first half. Looked like they confused the quarterback. They're able to come away with a pick.
The Temple offense heads out to start this drive. Smith takes the handoff. Surged ahead for a couple there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Just this side of midfield, the defense trying to rise up on 3rd and short from the 49. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Owls come to the line with a new set of downs. They go to the ground. It'll be a gain of 6, sets up 2nd and 4.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
This Temple offense putting together a nice drive. To the ground. He's got it again. Knocked down in the backfield, and boy, this guy's had a good day, but they finally get to him on that run.
We've seen this guy have tons of success. He had over 100 yards right before that run, but defense gets the better of him there. Nice job of adjusting up front. Good job being physical by that D-line, too.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes one deep. And good coverage and better hands on that shot to the end zone. Now on fourth down, they'll settle for a field goal try. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And now the lead is even bigger.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
Let's go to the sideline in Holly Rowe.
Here on the Oregon State sideline, I can see the coaches imploring their team right now. This has to be a turning point. Turning it over on that last drive, it could get out of hand if they don't make something happen right now. You see the coaches and players.
Breaks a tackle, and he might have room. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense differently. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Dropping back, it's Murphy. Quickly out to the tight end. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the back. He gets nothing, and they're staying stubborn with this running game, but at some point you're going to have to change your thought process. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Running inside. It's Hatcher. Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play.
I like the poise by the quarterback on that play, too, because a lot of times as a quarterback, you see the blitz coming, and immediately you want to audible, you want to try to throw the ball, but he knew that he had a good run play called, and he knew he could leave it on. Heads-up play by the QB.
He was fighting and struggling his way, trying to get that first down. Instead, they'll be faced with 4th. Less than a yard to go for a first down, and the offense will remain on the field. Needs it to keep this drive alive. He'll be stopped just outside the 20. Officials mark the ball at the 21, and they'll also bring the chains ahead with the first down. And the Beavers kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Tight end now in motion. They'll go to the counter play. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15.
All right, they've shown this formation a lot of times, especially in the first half. Now what do? They show the formation, pull some guys and run a counter backside. Beautiful play design. Way to adjust in the second half.
Finding some room. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Murphy. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Back to pass. He's got it on the move. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, that was an easy one for the officials. You can't grab a face mask like that, and it cost the defense a first down. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll run it. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon State. blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And the point after is good. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. The give to the back. Got enough for the first. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain. With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. The give is to Smith. And he broke one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
Ready. Blue 30. Blue 30.
Both of these teams still on the outside looking in at the top 25, but here are the rankings as we are winding our way toward the end of the season. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Final stands of the game, and we'll start with the first down. They'll give it to the back. Give him a pickup of 2, now 2nd and 8.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to run for it. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. Temple lining up to punt it away. He'll make the fair catch at the 13, and they will have less than favorable field position here. Here comes the Oregon State offense to get this drive started. They fought their way back. A scoring drive, the stop, and now a chance to pull even on this drive late. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Unloads to the wideout. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football.
Really nice job there by the defense, because I think they baited the QB into trying to fit that one in over the middle of the field. Remember, it's a big zone coverage. They've all got their eyes on him back there in the pocket, and they just let him feel like, maybe I can fit this football in. Not so fast. They come away with the pick.
That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's first down. Run in the red zone. It's Smith. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He leaves it with the back. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. So this offense with an opportunity to put this game in a hammerlock if they can score and bleed the clock. Stopped in his tracks, and they'll have to try it again. They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Pushes ahead. And he they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
You know, good teams just know how to close games out. And you're seeing that right now with this team, right? Their defense just had a massive takeaway. The offense able to capitalize on that with a touchdown, so they padded their lead. And this just speaks to, I think, the experience in the locker room and also the playmakers they have. This game is starting to feel like a blowout.
Here comes the Beaver offense, ready to go. Threw a pick the last time they had it. They'll try to be more productive this time around. Looking for a man. It's Murphy. Working that left side now. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
And these are these moments, man, when you're trailing by a couple possessions, you've got to put it together. Your quarterback has to come through. I mean, it's not a surprise. It's going to be passes. He's got to be smart. He's got to be quick with his decision-making, and they kind of got to be up near the line of scrimmage and be in a little bit of a hurry.
Pulls it in. It's Newberry. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. The Beavers in the hurry-up.
I think if you're the head coach at this point, you're telling your offense, it doesn't matter what's happened up to this point of the game. Obviously, things haven't gone our way, but we have a chance to execute in a 2-minute situation and give ourselves a chance to win. Let's go do it one play at a time.
Yeah, and I think you know the situation as a defender, and you know you're up by a score, and you know exactly what's going on with the offense. They got to make some big plays here in the fourth quarter. Nice job playing the deep ball, staying deep, and not giving up the big play.
And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain. This defense will try to force a fourth down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Dances away to buy time. Sweet cut there. They convert on 3rd down as he gets it to the 46-yard line. The Beavers have this offense rolling.
Well, you just get the feeling, too, that if they're going to claw their way back in this game, his legs are going to have to be a factor. What a great job scrambling that time. Nothing open. He didn't panic. He saw some green grass. He was able to get outside, away from the defense, get upfield, pick up the first down. That play is going to help their momentum. They need more scramble plays like that from him.
Looking to pass inside the red zone. Oh, they're after him. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to throw, it's Murphy. Rushes on him. And down he goes. The defense bringing the heat. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He'll try to do it himself. Knocked down after a pickup of maybe 2, and man, that pursuit, they had their hair on fire. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. All right, let me jump in here. They are going to go for it on 4th down, and I'm not sure they have much choice in this situation. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Throws toward the end zone. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Might have a chance. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Using their first timeout. And they're really frustrated having to use that after giving up the first down. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. Timeout is called, and that will be the 2nd charge to Oregon State. They'll get together to decide how to play this 2nd down. On 2nd down, let's see if they go right back to the run and put this game on ice. The give to the tailback. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. Oregon State will use its final timeout here. The brain trust getting thoughts together for this big third down coming up. And the Owls come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. They bring the punter onto the field now. And he's going to have to drive this ball into the teeth of the wind. Fair catch is made, and they'll mark it at the 19. Oregon State takes over, ready to send the offense onto the field. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set.
He does a good job of dropping back, going through his progressions. Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
And the Beavers want to pick up the tempo.
And with that pass right there, over 300 yards. That's a good day at the office. Being able to execute, doing a good job seeing what's coming, anticipating, taking some shots today, but has held really strong, put up some good numbers.
This is an offense that has skill, and they've got speed, and because of that, this defense, they can't lull themselves to sleep. They've got a big lead here late, but they've now given up back-to-back big plays. They got to put the clamps down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to throw, it's Murphy. Fires to the wideout. Just goes right through the wicket, brings up 3rd down. Man, he will be thinking about that one.
Well, the quarterback off target on that one. And in this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
They'll send the back in motion. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here.
Who is supposed to be back there?
Give him
How is no one
6
back?
and
It was
give
their
them
pass
a chance with the late touchdown. Still alive in this one.
If we had
Fighting
any
end.
chance to make this happen, we had to score with a little bit of time on the clock. Now we need a miracle. Now we need to kick the onside, get an onside kick, and somehow, some way, make a big play.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. Not much drives more anxiety than waiting to see if the hands team can corral the onside kick, and they do. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. They won the game today. That's 2 in a row. If they win the next one, it's called a winning streak. It's been done before.
And we're seeing the identity of this team come into fruition. You just get the sense they're finding out who they are, what they're about, what they're going to do schematically, and who their big playmakers are.
Which is tough to do, right? It's tough to grow throughout a season and understand who you are. But when you stack wins week after week on top of each other and start to have success, you start to grow as an identity and you start to understand who you are.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everybody.
Thanks for watching. Remember, love us for seconds.